Okay, so to start off, you want to make sure you've got an A4 page in Procreate. Click in the top right corner on the little colour symbol and choose your palette. If you want to use the same palette that I've got, you can screenshot the picture at the end with the finished design, and you can actually upload it into the app and it'll make a palette for you. Once you've done that, you'll want to select your background colour. I've gone for a warm beigey grey tone. Once you've selected that colour, you just want to make sure you're using the right brush, it should be the studio pen, and draw a little circle. Quick tip, if you press the page before releasing the pen, it'll actually make the circle perfectly round for you. Make sure you've got your magnetics turned on and use the arrow in the top right corner to move the circle around and resize it however you like it. Make sure it's perfectly in the centre of the page. Then where you've got it placed where you want it, just go ahead and fill the outside of that circle in. Next, create a new layer and drag that below the first layer. Select a dark purple colour and just draw a little bit of a squiggly shape on the bottom half of that circle. This is going to be the base of where your trees are going to be starting. If you don't want to draw each individual tree, you can go into Google and search for free brushes that you can actually download into the app and use. When I say to draw a shape, if you're wondering why I always make sure the lines are connecting at the end, it's just so you can fill it in without filling the whole page. Then you'll just want to select your brush stamp and resize it to whatever size you want it. Make sure it's the same colour as that first tone that you picked, the dark purpley colour, and just place the trees wherever you want them. Once you've got your trees placed where you want them, just zoom in a little bit and then go into your brushes library. Look for the option that gives you the, I think it's texture brushes. There's some good brushes in there that give like a sort of grassy, rough sort of texture. You can use them and make it look a bit more realistic, kind of like grass, and just draw along that straight line just to add a bit more dimension to it. I'm not even going to pronounce the name of that brush, but you can see which one I've picked. Yeah, that one. Just follow along anywhere that you can see any of that straight line showing or sticking through. When you're done, just make a new layer and follow those couple of steps again. On this layer, you just want to make sure the trees are a bit more bunched together and use a little bit of a brighter colour. And then after that, just do it again for a third time. You'll see if you carry on watching what I've done, but use a bit of a gradient sort of sunset colour and just try and add a bit more depth to the image by doing it on different layers. When you're done with all that, make a new layer again. Choose a orange ready sort of colour and just add one or two little mountains in the background. When you draw these mountains, this should probably come to about the halfway mark of the circle. That's how you know you've got enough space left for the sun, the sky, any other little bits that you want in the background. If you follow the whole tutorial along, you'll see that on the last little mountain that I make, I actually add some shadows and kind of looks like highlights to the mountains. You'll see how I do that. It's literally just drawing it, colouring it in, rubbing out little bits that you might have missed. So from here you just want to make a new layer and drag it to the bottom. This is going to be for your sun, any highlights, any birds, any clouds, any sort of stuff that you want to add into the background. So once you've got the colour for your sun collected, just draw a circle, fill it in and then resize it to whatever size you would like it. As you can see, I've made mine a little bit smaller. Then when you've got it placed where you want it and sized how you want it, make that layer an alpha lock and rub out the bottom, just fading it upwards. Then just do these same steps again on a new layer, resize to a little bit bigger than the last circle that you made and then fade up the bottom again. When you've done all that, you just want to lower the opacity to make this next circle appear as highlights coming off the sun. Now we're going to make the clouds. Make sure you've got a new layer and turn your background off so you can see them. You'll want to make sure that layer is a little bit higher than the other one so that you can see it over some stuff. Just draw a white squiggle and fill it in on each side of that mountain. You can see the shapes that I've gone for. Then when you've done that, just do the same as you did with the sun and just rub out the bottom a little bit. Coming up to the end of this piece, you'll want to make a new layer and drag it to the bottom. Make sure you turn your background back on and fill in that bottom layer with the same colour as your background. Next you'll want to do the same as you did with the trees and download a brush stamp. You can get these free on Google, just the same. Choose a dark colour, something the same as that first colour that you picked, like the really dark purple, and just place the birds wherever you want them. When you've done that, this is all finished and you'll see the finished result at the end. I really hope you liked this video and you were able to follow it along. Don't forget to let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like me to try and draw or do any tutorials for you. Don't forget to also let me know if there was anything you'd like me to try differently in the next video. And please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks.